I'm about to share with you guys 30 days of recovery and how important it could be and how much it could change. Like what happened with me. So what happened with me is I had recently did a push-up challenge. You can check that out. It's on my shorts on my YouTube. I had recently did a push-up challenge and I felt a slight annoyance in my elbow. So I'm like, wow, maybe I should prioritize recovery the same way I prioritize exercise. So that's what really inspired the challenge, and I called it the 30-day body recovery challenge. That's also up if you want to check it out. So the first thing is I had to research the type of, stretches that I wanted to do for this challenge according to like the areas of my body where I felt like needed a lot of attention. It was mainly like my lower body, my hips and hamstrings and things like that tend to be tight. So I'm like, let me implement those in this challenge, I did a lot of different stretches to target, certain areas. Now, when the first couple of days of this challenge, the thing that I felt was like, man, like when I first started, imagine this. When I first started, I'm complaining and feeling like, man, stretching, it's so boring. I'd rather just push out some push-ups or just do something. I'd just rather do something more active. Run 2 miles or box or whatever the hell. Just something more, more aggressive. But all that aggression might make you snap something up like cause my elbow had a lot of aggression. Prior to this 30-day challenge, my elbow had a lot of aggression. I'm trying to do these aggressive push-ups, but my elbow's trying to eat aggressively and give me pain. So my elbow wanted to eat too. My elbow wanted to put in some work, but that work was hurting me and I needed to prioritize, recovering my body. So that's really the point I'm making. Like I had to realize, like, let me prioritize recovery. So I did, and I was like, all right, let me not complain about, that it's boring or it's taking long. I want to do something more aggressive. I chilled out. I calmed down a little bit. Kept doing it, and then it got like it felt like less time once I got into a little routine. So at first it did feel like, oh man, it's long doing these stretches. But then that kind of went away and it sped up. Now the next thing after, just stretching, I was like, wow, I started to notice that certain pain in certain areas were slowly going away. No cap. Certain pain was going away. I'm like, wow, like if I would have just did this, like for example, my hamstrings were less tight. I had, certain flexibility that I didn't have before. I had certain range of motion that I didn't have before. Like if you literally compare day 1 and day 30, it's on my shows on my YouTube, but if you compare day 1 and day 30, the stretches that I could do, the things I could do now that I couldn't before, the things that, were limiting my performance when it came time, because I consider myself an athlete, when it came time to, perform, were the things that I could have been had if I just prioritized recovery. And that's really the main point that I'm trying to emphasize, that I'm happy about. When I prioritized recovery, I was able to perform how I meant to perform. I could keep going. Think about it, even in a video game, if your armor gets cracked, that's you working out, you tear the muscle, whatever, your armor gets cracked. You don't keep fighting. You heal up. You pop a shield, pop a bat. Now you've recovered your armor, and now you can keep going. And that's the same thing. The shield is the recovery. And once I thought about it like that, everything was great. And I could move more confident. I could do the things that I want to do. And that's really what I'm saying. So prioritizing recovery is very good. I don't really see a lot of challenges like this. I want it to be different. Prioritizing recovery, is gonna help you perform the best you can. That should be the first thing you do. Not working out, but prioritizing recovery, because not a lot of people's doing that, but that's what's gonna keep you going. And I'll definitely keep doing this. Like, I'm glad I did this. Like, out of all the challenges so far, this one has been pretty meaningful. So if you like this, if you want to try it out yourself, and I do have another challenge coming up, you can check that one out too. Subscribe, like, comment. Let's do this. Let's get that working. That's what I'm all about. I'm all about improving. That's what this channel is all about. It's not just limited to fitness. We're improving in all areas. So let's do this together. This is what I think is the real steps to actually doing it. What the average Joe can do. Let's get it.